Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms. We're out here at the Equip Expo today. We're going to walk around all the indoor booths right now and show you whatever catches my eye, whatever's cool. Should be a fun show. So as soon as you walk in this door, you see the Curtis and Artilium booth. And they hosted a YouTube meet and greet every morning at 10 a.m. And directly across from that is the TYM booth, which is where Tony's Tractor Adventure was holding his meet and greet every morning. And it ended up being kind of a place where all of the YouTube channels in this niche kind of congregated and socialized. And I enjoyed that almost as much as looking at the other equipment. Here in a little bit, we'll have clips of all the other YouTubers. But for now, let's get over and look at this Kioti booth. All right, we are just 50 feet in from the door, and the first thing to really catch my eye is a Kioti skid loader. They've never made skid loaders before. Looks like a pretty cool machine. I'm gonna ask some questions about it, see what I can find out. And turns out I was correct. This is the first time they've ever made a skid loader. I don't think it's actually for sale yet, but they're launching it. This is a model SLV750. And the SL is for skid loader, which means a wheeled machine. They also have a TL, which is a track loader. The 75 is the horsepower, so it's the same size machine as my John Deere 325G, weighing in between 9 and 10,000 pounds and staying under that DEF requirement. It has the slide-up door like a Kubota or a Takeuchi. Instead of a single lap bar like the Deere machine has, it also has the split lap bars like you see on the Kubota machines. Other than that, I didn't get a whole lot of information about it, but I'm interested to know who they are in partnership, because I would expect they're probably working with an existing company launching a new skid loader. I just came across the all-new electric 1RE. I don't think it's on the market yet, but it's coming. So I'm gonna see if I can find someone from Deere who wants to tell us about this machine. I'll be right back. Hey, I've found someone who can tell us a little bit about this John Deere 1RE electric tractor. To me, it looks a little bit like a 1025. Is that kind of what the capabilities are like on it?
So that is the chassis that we've built this on. It's the same as the 1025R.
Yeah. And then, so what kind of a battery life is it? And I assume it's not a removable battery. You plug the machine in to charge it, or?
So, awesome questions. So, first of all, it is a fixed battery solution that's part of this concept vehicle here. So, and I want to be real clear. So, it does say the 1RE on it, but this is a concept unit for us, okay? So that means we may or may not be bringing this vehicle to market. So just to help level set the expectations. So runtime is something that a lot of our customers are asking us about. And we want to make sure that we've got enough runtime to match the typical jobs that our customer would do. With tractors, that's kind of tricky, right? Because there's not fully typical what they're trying to do. So here's what I'm going to try and tell you here. Is in the concept vehicle, we know from our customer feedback is that we need a lot of power. So we're trying to figure out when we get ready to bring this vehicle or something like it to market, how much power that's going to be. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what it is. Everyone is interested because electric has the advantages, but everyone's skeptical of, is it going to run out of battery and I'm stuck in the middle of doing something? Absolutely.
You don't want to be necessarily rushing something out until it's right.
That's exactly right. So that's why it's not on the market today.
Yeah.
But we've had this concept unit. Actually, we showed it in 2019 in Europe.
Yeah.
We showed it first. And we've had an opportunity to get more customer feedback about it. And the customers have been amazing, talking to us about their runtime needs, talking to us about their maintenance expectations. So with electrification, people expect less maintenance. They also expect more intuitive operation. So as we think about what that looks like in the compact tractor space, making it super simple for first-time home buyers, and rural lifestyle type customers, that's going to be an important focus of ours.
Awesome. Well, you guys leave us in the comments. Tell us what you think about an electric tractor and how excited you are for the release of this 1RE when it comes out. So
Thank you.
I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Well, we're excited about electric, so thanks you for spending some time with me.
All right. Now, if you notice, I've been talking a lot about electric ever since I've been at the show. It's not because I'm big on electric power equipment. I honestly don't think the technology is there yet. And I'm going to stick with gas and diesel for as long as possible. But that's where the industry is going. How long can you mow with these before you run the batteries down?
These guys?
These are all electric, aren't they?
Yep, it's about 24 kilowatts. So this is going to be about 8 hours or about 21 acres.
8 hours.
Yeah. And
And
that's actual cutting.
And does it have a removable battery, or do you just plug the machine in?
It's a single battery that's actually placed underneath the seat. So it's actually about 15% more compact than every other gas one. So you actually have a better, put 3 of these on a 20-foot trailer. But yeah, it's all a single big battery that charges. It can charge in 8 hours with the standard charger or 3 hours with our rapid charger.
Obviously, I know that probably the answer, but you'd say this is going to cut comparable to any other zero-turn mower.
Oh, yeah. It's
got the power.
Yeah, we've tried it at the install. We've tested it. It's got the biggest thing is because actually for the gas ones, you're all running off belts and everything like that. So what happens is when you actually get into any thick stuff, you're actually slowing down your blade tip speed, which then causes actually clumping and or minimal dispersion.
So this is like a direct drive?
Yeah, all these are direct drive motors right here. So straight power directly into the blade.
Wow. And you got the stand-ons too?
Yep, we got stand-ons. So
they're the same story basically?
Yep, so we have the stand-ons and we have our smaller compact stand-on. So this right over here, I think it's gonna be about 15. They have an 8 kilowatt battery. So these are gonna have probably a smaller deck. I think we're probably looking at about 5 hours of runtime. They're about 8 kilowatt battery, but you also have a smaller deck you're running. These are usually gonna be up in the Northeast. They're probably gonna be running these in places where they can't get a larger one if they have larger properties or like compact residential areas. So still great runtime on these.
Awesome. Yeah, I run stand-on mowers, so those caught my eye. All right, hey,
yeah.
thanks for taking the time to tell me about it.
No problem.
The appeal to a machine like this is just immediately obvious. Such a small footprint, but you can do a lot of different types of work with a machine like that. I'm actually pretty darn happy with my skid loader, but comparing equipment is just what I do. And if there was another brand that I would be interested in swapping it out for, it would be Takeuchi. The combination of the door design and all the positive reviews I've heard on it, and actually talking to a few guys who own them, really make it appealing. The only downside is, when I was shopping, there's no Takeuchi dealer near me. Wow, that Takeuchi TL12 is enormous. Length, width, height. That'd be your hydraulic cooler up there that makes it even taller. That isn't a gigantic machine. As I walk around the front, I literally felt like I would need a ladder to climb up in the machine. This one setting next to it, TL8, is back in that size range of my machine. Other than electric, the other trends I see repeated over and over is hybrid machines and track machines that can be a lawnmower or a stand-on mower or a mini skid steer, you know, or sometimes kind of a mix of all of that, but have multiple attachments on it. You know, originally, for a long time, you had companies like Grasshopper and Ventrac that gave you a mower that could do other things, and more and more companies are trying to do that, like this Altaz. I don't know much about them. I watched a couple of YouTube videos today, but definitely cool looking machines. This next one I don't have to speculate on because I've owned and used almost all of their products, and it's really good stuff. Yeah, before I had a YouTube channel, I bought all of these green touch racks, decked out a trailer with them. If you haven't seen it, I've got a couple videos on it, but these are awesome products for someone who does mowing or even just hauling stuff on your SUV. I'm still thinking about the size of that Takeuchi. This machine right here weighs 16,000 pounds, 114 horsepower, and it looks tiny compared to that Takeuchi. One thing that does not look tiny is this big Batwing style X Mark. That looks like a serious machine to cut a lot of grass in a short period of time. What's the horsepower on that?
43.
43. Boy, that's a heck of a mower there.
It is. It is. It'll knock out some grass.
144.
Conservatively rated about 10 acres an hour.
10 acres an hour.
Yeah, pretty conservative actually.
Wow. So right now I am approaching the Bad Boy Tractors booth, and that is a new player in the tractor market. Obviously they're more established for mowers, but there's a dealer right down the road from me that has one of these 35 horsepower cab tractors that I could probably get a more in-depth test drive on than what's available at a show like this. So I may do a video on that as a standalone later. I can't tell you if Bad Boy makes a good tractor or not, but man, is their branding and the look of the machine on point. I don't know if there's anything new or exciting from Champion, but I always plug them, and I don't have any incentive to, because everything I own from Champion, it's not super expensive products, and it all starts first pull. That's been my experience.
Okay, we rolling?
Yeah, John,
everybody.
Ritter bit will do.
That's me. Hey, just keep on tractoring.
Keep on tractoring. Right now I'm walking towards the Kanga booth, which is a mini skid loader company, and I actually get to drive one in the video that will come out tomorrow. Pretty cool machines. How are you doing? Good. How about yourself?
Doing good. You have some interest
Nice
in the
looking
stand-on?
machines, huh?
Have some interest in the stand-on?
Just looking around. Yeah.
I understand.
It seems like kind of the way things are going, smaller machine with the same capabilities.
That's it. That's exactly right. Sometimes you don't need a full-size skid steer.
Yeah. Yeah, which I have one, and I a lot of times think I'd like to have something smaller because it can't really get in there, you know.
Well, that's it. That's it.
So,
Or you run across the yard and you look behind you, you're like, oh no.
yeah. So, what's Kanga? That's the name of the company?
Name of the company, Australian company. Still produced in Australia. They are they own a facility in Dyersville, Iowa. So they're going to start producing in Dyersville as well as Australia.
My question is, like, everybody's making a mini skid steer now. So, what do you kind of think are your distinguishing
So it's the first.
features?
Kanga actually created the stand-on loader. So a couple of the perks for Kanga, the highest ground clearance, 7 inches. Most of them are 4 or 5. The tracks undulate over uneven ground. So whereas the competitors with those dedicated tracks will get to a tip point and they come down, these undulate, so you don't have the hard that hard seesaw effect that you have with the other guys.
And then you guys make your own attachments?
We do, but they all are interchangeable. You know what I mean? They're mini quick attach, just like everyone else uses.
TNT, you guys primarily sell tracks?
Yes, sir. We do manufacture and sell all across the country, wherever you want.
So tell me about these. Like, this is a lot different pattern than on my tracks, and you've got a lot of different patterns here, so.
Correct. Yes, sir. So yeah, these are what's commonly known as the Camso SD pattern. Camso is the Michelin brand, but their prices are a little pricey, so we're manufacturing our own sawtooth pattern. These guys do best in mud, snow, decent with flotation. And then those guys in the middle, they're our Z pattern. We manufacture those ourselves.
Let's go take a look at them.
Yeah, those are kind of similar along these sawtooth lines. These are a little bit more for more severe applications, especially during the winter time. A lot of guys like to run these. Then those over there, the multi-bar, turf friendly. A lot of guys use them just to preserve the ground. They do good with dirt, gravel, really anything. So we ship anywhere continental U.S. and tracksandtires.com.
So I go to that website right there if I want to order some tracks from you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we ship anywhere. We got mini excavator stuff, you know, all those things. So.
Yeah, they're putting tracks on everything. When you walk around the show, they're going on the zero-turn mowers, and it's like hard to find something without tracks.
Yeah, pretty much all ag stuff now is going to tracks too. Everybody wants that low ground pressure.
So you guys going to be priced comparable, or are you kind of like a premium product at a premium price?
So we have 3 different tiers. So we have our in-house brand TNT, and then we also have Camso and Bridgestone. So Bridgestone's going to be OEM on a majority of the machines out there. So that's probably going to be your highest end track. So we have pretty much 3 different price scales, and then we also have heavy duty and standard duty. So any budget, we can get you into something.
If you've got someone like me who's I'm running my first tracked machine,
Yep.
don't know anything about tracks, you guys can kind of talk me through what's going to work best for me.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we always ask what applications you're going to be using the machine for, because we have so many different tread designs that each one's better suited for different applications. So just depending on whatever you're going to be using it for, we can get you in the right set of tracks.
All right. You guys have a card?
Yeah.
I don't have to remember.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's expensive.
This week we're introducing an autonomous mowing robot. So what it does is it allows a single operator to deploy 3 mowers and generate the same revenue as a crew of 3.
And is that something that's on the other side? And then this is
This is an autonomous mowing robot. What's on the other side is a remote controlled mower used for extreme landscapes.
but the fact it has a seat means you can do it either way.
Well, yes, this
you can ride it
operates
yourself,
exactly
or-
like a zero turn. 'Cause a robot can't do 100% of the work. There'll be some fine details you'll do, and you got to load and unload it, right? And so when you're on it, it can't be autonomous.
Okay.
So the idea is you mow a perimeter, and you can tell it to mow, and it'll mow inside the perimeter. You just choose a pattern. If there's areas inside of the perimeter that you want to, we call it keep out areas, like a water feature or landscaping, you just mow around it, tell it to keep out, and it'll stay
So
away.
instead of, since some of those, like the homeowner ones, they'll have like a electric fence or something. With this, you're kind of telling it the perimeter by mowing the perimeter.
So this uses extremely advanced technology that is connected to satellites as it does its job. So there's no fence, there's no wire. You just literally drive a perimeter, tell it to mow, and it mows inside the perimeter.
Look at this video.
You can see, like, that's a retention pond it's in. So that's an example of the kind of work it can do.
Yeah, I immediately see the use for this because you got a hillside that said, man, I don't like to get out on that, and you don't have to now.
So these products do 2 different things for landscapers. So this one is niche revenue. Most landscapers I know are getting between $200 and $300 an hour to run this product. Because I'll give you an example. I was at a job site in Maryland, big, long, steep slope outside of a factory. They wanted it to look nice. They paid a landscaper $4,000 to string trim it by hand. We did the whole job in 6 man hours. So you could charge $2,000. The customer gets it at half price, but that is a very good job, $2,000 in 6 hours. So this is really high value niche revenue for the landscaper. On the other side, the fully autonomous robotic mower, that really addresses the labor challenge that everybody faces.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Probably the greatest surprise about having a YouTube channel is the people you meet along the way. And we spent hours together, but we really didn't film anything. But in this picture, you see me with John from A Ritter Bit Will Do and Neil Koch from Dig Drive DIY. In this picture, we have John again, and next to him is Josh from Stony Ridge Farm and Tony from Tony's Tractor Adventure. These are great guys who have great YouTube channels, so make sure to go check them out if you haven't already.
All right, well, I really had a good time today. Saw a lot of cool stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tomorrow, I'm going to be outside driving equipment all day, so that should really be a good video. I appreciate you taking time to watch. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.